pudding snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Your anime admins are here once again to spoil ReZero this week, episodes 21 through 23. And we have a new person joining us who hasn't been around in a while now. Hey, Marcus, how you doing?
Yay!
I'm good. I mean, if you've been
fraud.
watching Epic I'm always here, but okay.
Always here.
Always here.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Always here sometimes. Let's go with that. But no, this week's episodes were more action-oriented than the past couple. We've been dealing with a lot of growing with Subaru and things of that nature. We left off with the three whales that are now here, surrounding everybody, and thankfully Subaru is back in his bag and is able to figure out what's going on and figure a way out of this crazy situation. Marcus, since you haven't technically been around, I want to know what are your thoughts in with the climax to the end of this battle with the whales.
Well, as a person who has previously watched ReZero, I fully understand all of your emotions. I believe I have a good, accurate representation of how you guys feel about watching the end and or the climax coming up with that. And I must say, I enjoyed every single moment of despair and the woe and the shock value. I enjoyed the animation style, primarily in during all the fight scenes in those three episodes personally. And I like how they kind of even more fleshed out a few other characters in that short amount of time within those three episodes personally.
Okay. What about you, Gabby?
So, obviously, like you had mentioned earlier, we had the growing pains, and now we're finally into the action again. We're getting into that battle, the three whales there. I mean, that was a lot for them to go against since they were just kind of starting to get their role, and the three whales was kind of a really big jar and issue. You could see everyone was really defeated, but that speech that Kirsch made with is like, if our weakest man still hasn't given up, why are all of you giving up? And that I really liked that speech that she did. I think it was extremely well written.
I timestamped that speech, though.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Got it.
I think that's one of my favorite parts. And then them just going through the battles with the white whale. Like Marcus mentioned, the animation was fantastic through the battles, and you can definitely tell they're stepping things up. I really liked how they ended that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. That's probably one of my favorite parts, that speech she gave. And also just seeing their relationship grow throughout the battle. Him and kind of everybody else. Is everybody learning to trust him? He knows what he's doing now, and seeing him fix those relationships those past couple times he's come back to life, kind of like tanked and destroyed. Now he's got the hang of it. What about you, Noah?
Oh yeah, it was great. Subaru, I told you his charisma's on 100. Just all his other stats are on 0 because everybody already slightly liked him. Like even Julius could have literally ignored him, but he decided that his words were worth offending him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like, at one point kind of messed with Subaru, but then he ruined it a couple times by being emotional. Like I said, y'all was upset. I said rightfully so, because it was literal fucking PTSD level trauma. So Bro's brain broke a little bit. Then I think it was good because you kept him annoying as fuck for a couple episodes and then brought him right back to show, okay, we can't just keep dying and this is normal. You know what I mean? Like, at some point it gets a little crazy and mentally. And then he broke free of that, came back. Crush was his help. And I was saying his support system is ridiculous. He wouldn't be able to do this by himself. He's got Felt, Wilhelm, Crush, Julius, all of them telling him, like, even Julius when he was like, bro, don't embarrass yourself anymore. Still helping him out. Crush telling him what to do and how he can be a better person. Felt trying to help him rend all his relationships. All that was great to see this development in the last 3 episodes, where he went from hated by everyone to everyone's hero. That was a lot of character growth in 3 episodes. Well, I guess like 8 total, but
yeah. Because Chris called him the hero of the war or something like that. She nicknamed him at the end of it. That was dope.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
And also,
plan.
yeah, that was.
I mean, it was his ideas as well for a lot of those.
I mean, I will say his tactics may not be exactly 0. It's not 100, but I will say it's probably like 75.
He's got good understanding of being able to kind of think on the fly and be like, okay, let's figure this out. Let's find something out. If he's in the good, like, right headspace to be able to do so.
He literally
Yeah, that-
became a general. Like Crest offered him a spot in her house. She has an army. He helped her defeat something that had been terrorizing families for thousands
for
of
centuries.
years.
Yeah.
He literally could have became a general. And
Mhm.
you know what I mean? That was just from that little decision making, because now the fact that he's died so many times, he's used to dealing with trauma. That's why when Crush was like, our weakest man is out front. This man has nothing.
Yeah.
He's out there yelling the loudest.
He's underneath it, like riding it practically, like
Yep.
crazy. Yeah.
Hey,
And
shout out
speaking-
to his dragon though. Shout out to his dragon.
Oh my god, I love his dragon.
Yeah, and it's talking about his being able to think on the fly now. That move he pulled off with Rem was ballsy. To shoot himself all the way up on top of
Yeah.
the whale, to antagonize the witch, to all that type of stuff, and just to blow up the tree and have it fall on top of it. That was. you talking about
I didn't
thinking on the
expect
fly.
that at all.
Yeah,
At
but
all.
Oh, I timestamped that too. It was up there like this.
yeah,
Down the well. That was
like
so cool.
talking shit. I'm like, let's go, Subaru. I like
He's
this.
got it. He's got it.
That was so
And-
cool. The man with the plan and no powers.
And we got Wuhan back. He got
Oh
8
my god,
at the
I
last,
was so happy when they were
Yeah.
all dead.
and he got his vengeance once again.
Busting out the seams.
Yeah, we knew it's too easy. Nah, he's got to find a way.
You
to get
don't
out
eat me, I eat you.
this. Yeah. But then at the end, seeing him get on his, bow down to Subaru, just like, thank you for letting me, finish what I've been trying to finish for years now. Like such a good moment all the way around.
Yep.
One would say he finished his story.
I wasn't trying to go there, but I somehow knew you would do that. Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah, I get that.
Julius. Yeah.
That get back before we finish on Wilhelm was definitely watching it my third time is definitely one of the best get backs in anime. I put it up there with
Oh, it
Boy
is.
Mustang, with Gone on Pito. That's definitely one of the best get backs. Especially episode 18. Every time I watch it, the previous week, when they go back and forth, kind of Obito Naruto like, when he's fighting the wolf and they keep showing his history with this girl. And we
Yeah.
talked about that, how his girl seemed weak and then she was the strongest. Man, it created such like a desire to see this character win for me.
What did he say to her after he in the past? He said,
Oh
something
yeah,
slick
and then
to
the
her.
Riz he
Oh,
said to her at
yeah.
the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
she's-
something like, I'll be the strongest now. You just have to be the reason that I pick up the sword or something.
You don't have to wield a sword anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she was accepting her
Very smooth.
sword for becoming basically Reinhardt's position, which is the master swordsman. He
Mhm.
wanted that position, which is why he trained in front of her, because he was, jealous of her. He comes up later, fights her after she accepts the sword, beats her, which is kind of romantic, and then says to her, you don't have to wield a sword anymore. And when she says, well, then what should I do? He says, just be my reason for wielding a sword.
Yeah. Cold.
Man,
Oh,
it's smooth.
Wilhelm
my
for the
God.
win.
I was
Wilhelm
like,
for the win. Sir.
No, acting like me for a second.
You had to clutch your pearls, Noah?
like my ovaries, excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
But yeah, that was such a great moment. That was just such a great moment.
Yeah,
for
well,
him.
I love Will
Yeah.
Hunt.
Mhm.
He's definitely top 5 for me in the first season.
Easily. Yeah, cool dude. And just once you get his background and get his story, yeah, you can't help but to just love him and
Yeah.
want to see him get revenge on that whale. So that was pretty cool. But we see afterwards, after the dust is settled, Crucius taking everybody back, to the castle. They had another platoon kind of like holding everybody back. Don't come in this area type of deal while
Yeah.
they're dealing with that. And they
Mhm.
come to help Subaru take on the witch. And it's Julius and the little small cat girl or whatever, her brother comes
Yeah,
along
one
with
of the
them.
other
They got-
younger brothers.
Yeah, they come. And of course, Julius, Subaru have tension that they are kind of working through these next 2 episodes, like trying to figure a way to apologize what happened. Like, no, we're cool now. Things have changed. What do you think about their interaction, I would say, going forward from how they went to kind of like where they're getting to now? Go with you, Marcus.
So I will rate their personal relationship as friends becoming like brothers, like enemies to like frenemies to like almost that brother level type of friendship, where it's like, I trust you, like you proven that you know what you're talking about. You may be weaker than me, but you're like, it's that dynamic is like you're like the opposite. So I think they have a very cordial brother-esque, like older brother, little brother type of relationship.
All right, would you agree with that, Noah?
With Julius,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so. Like I said, that's how best friends start. You know, and it also came from Subaru being sentimental because of the promise he made with Rim right before that, and he was in his feels and felt got to him, and he was like, "All right, fuck it."
Yeah.
And he went up and apologized to Julius.
Yeah, because at this point they're back at the village trying to get everybody to leave because
Yeah.
you know the witches are coming. Well, not the witches, but the witch cult is coming, and they gotta get everybody to leave because we
Yeah.
don't want y'all to get killed during this battle we're about to have. Would you agree with the whole Subaru and Julius thing, Gabby?
I would agree with that. Definitely. I mean, I was nervous when we saw Julius because of the only interaction we had with him was, oh, great, they have the battles. But you really get to see a different side of Julius himself, where he also apologizes for his actions, and it's like, I can't take back my words or my actions, but I will say, this is how I'm going to act going forward. I apologize for how I reacted then. It was also just, out of my pride and my ego for what you said, acting out of emotion. So they do form that bond initially, and then when Subaru goes to defend, or not defend, but he's going to defend the castle, and then talks to Julius later, and he mentions apologizing again, and then he says, well, this can wait. And then I'm crying, basically, or like in shock in the very last scenes with what happens, because you can already tell the tension, not between them, but in how much, in such a short time, that they've come to be close to each other at that ending thing. And it just broke my heart. It really did, because you see Julius in such a different light, and I'm excited to see these next few episodes and then the movie about where their relationship is going to go again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like where their relationship is going and where it's at this point. Even with the cat guy,
Paris?
Felix. Yeah,
Felix.
I even like Felix in between them, trying to kind of talk to him, give him some little pointers and help him mesh, whatever. I like his role in all this. But during these last two episodes, it's all about the witch cult taking them down, and Belgeist is back now. Somehow.
That evil bastard.
That promise between him and, that making up between him and Julius was just like equivalent to like, you show up to the basketball court, you're not good, but somebody's nasty. And then you talk about how you good. And then they sun you in front of everyone and you go home crying. But then the next week, they happen to be chilling at your pickup game and you beat the best team in the neighborhood. And now they come and say, all right, respect. And that was that relationship. That's why I like
pretty much, yeah.
That's why I liked it so much. But before we talk about the finger, can we talk about Rim's promise to Subaru?
I was about to say.
Yes.
Because that was an important moment to where she basically is accepting the fact that Subaru doesn't love her. Like, he likes her a lot, but her affection for him is one-sided because it involved in trauma, which a lot of people was upset by. But I'm like, realistically, Subaru had no reason to like her. At the beginning, it was all about him and Amelia. They were just their maids. So she's amazing and she's doing great, but like, her affection comes from some deep-rooted trauma that Subaru doesn't have. So it's like her affection is one-sided, which she understands, which I think makes her character better, which is why she's like, as long as I can be beside you, I'm fine. In real life, you're like, girl, go find you your own man. But in anime and the fantasy,
it works.
It works.
We're fine with the trauma bomb in the anime.
Yes.
Yes. It's the reason why he was able to ride under that whale and do everything he did, because she was literally by his side the entire time.
Yeah.
Looking out for him. Yeah.
To support him.
Yeah,
so I thought that moment was really good. Just like her confession, it's leading up to some wonderful shit. Y'all are gonna have to prepare yourselves.
Indeed.
Oh, no.
I can't wait for them to experience
shit, y'all
this.
prepare yourselves
I fully expect for it to get worse. So I'm already on board.
This series, whenever it gets better,
it'll always get worse.
Yeah.
It'll always get worse.
Just
buckle up. As shown in the last scene.
I'm about to say, just like these episodes. Hey, we beat the whale. Now everybody's dying again because of the fingers and the witch cults. And
Boom, explosion.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, you thought you were done with despairing? No.
But what
Come
about
on in.
Enough with your despair.
Thing is, they had the plan for Belgeist. They had the plan. They executed it perfectly. Wilhelm cut him in half. Subaru was distracting him. The cat kids came out and blew up the temple or whatever behind him and trapped everybody inside. Like, oh, cool, we're done. No, apparently
They didn't realize he was Pain.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pain.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
Which we found out pretty quickly. That
I
those
just can't
10
wait for you guys to
all
experience the
those
next
cult
couple
members
episodes.
around him, all those cult members around him are just there to be support, like they're a part of him, basically. So
In a sense, yeah.
yeah, and it's disturbing. It's weird and creepy and crazy, but I'm
So that
here
goes to
for it.
show who was Beltegeese. You know,
Maybe he didn't have a corporeal form. Maybe he's just a spirit or a thought
Something.
that is
right? You see, as
that
the
inhabits.
thing, it goes to find people who are corrupted by the witch's smell or curse, and then
Yeah.
influences them, and eventually they turn. So it traveled from person to person. So
It's a disease.
who was
Yeah.
Beltegeese? Because clearly he's more important than the other fingers. He has a special
Yes.
design. He's been showed several episodes. He's got a
Yeah.
really top tier voice actor. Got to be someone.
Yeah. Whatever I think the witch's like inner circle is, I think he's supposed to be Sloth, the I guess witch or
Yeah,
whatever they call it, of Sloth.
He's
That's what he is.
sloth.
Yeah, we know the Witch of Envy is the one behind everything, quote unquote. So I believe he's close to her in that way, even though they haven't said it yet. But I know we'll get to that in season 2 more than likely.
Well, they call him an archbishop, and anyone who, is him as the archbishop of Sloth. So he's got to be some sort of like top tier, like general for her, like
That's
surrounded.
something, yes.
Yeah.
Something high tier.
Wasn't
on
the
her.
whale one of the sins?
I
That's
thought
what they were
was.
speculating, but no.
Yeah.
The whale is a
Oh,
mob
okay.
beast. The mob beasts are created by the witch.
Okay, I
The-
wasn't
the
sure if
witch
that was
that-
confirmed or not.
They didn't say which witch it is, but the witch that everyone thinks looks like Amelia is the
Mhm.
witch that created, well, some of the mob beasts, but they explain that in season 2.
And
Okay.
that's the one that keeps showing up behind him whenever he tries to tell somebody about what's going on. I think whispering sweet nothings in his ear and practically
Mm-hmm.
killing him where he stands. Pretty sure that's the one.
But can
Well,
we
No,
talk
it's more so
about,
just shh, this is our secret. You need to be quiet. Like this is our thing. Like you can't tell nobody. This is our thing. Shh.
nigga, it's more than that.
Mm.
Resets the whole world with
Mhm.
magical beasts and dragons. Can we talk about Subaru's confidence creating those plans going forward? First of all, the plan for the white whale, obviously, but fast forward to them at the village, complete and
Yeah.
utter confidence in himself. No
Mhm.
more despair, no more lacking, throwing himself in the line of fire, literally dodging the hands that can twist you up like a damn bottle.
That messed Homeboy's head up too. He was like, "Hold up, he can see these. How are you able to do this now?" Like it was.
He was like,
really
have you
cool
been
for
reading
a loop.
Elfenlied? Like, have you like where like how do you know? Like, how do you know these vectors? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
You can see
that was
what's
pretty
going
cool.
on. He got upset. Sloth kept switching around, and then at the end, Amelia came in and defeated a finger with the craziest zoom in shot of it running towards each other. And I
Mhm.
keep saying the episode 2 where Amelia died to Elsa is plot because Amelia is strong as fuck, as you can see. And I did not
Yeah.
like how she died to Elsa because she's literally she's strong as hell. Elsa is really strong. But as you see, Reinhardt made light work of her. I believe Wilhelm could possibly fight her close up too. So it's like for her to die to him, it shows in this episode how she one tapped a finger while everyone.
I still think she just stuck on her at that time. Episode 2.
I mean that happens. Like I said, in
Yeah.
this show, people just got caught slipping. But I said, like I said, no other powerful character would have died like that. That's why I'm
No,
upset.
no.
Because Reinhardt, Wilhelm,
Mm-hmm.
Roswell, none of them would have died that. So,
No, I mean they all
But-
respect Amelia's
Roswell's
power.
on a whole different
yeah,
level.
Up there.
exactly.
Roswell's on a whole different level.
So
Roswell can fight Puck. Of course, he's on a whole different level.
Yeah, they rearranged
Anyone
the
that can fight
landscape.
Puck is crazy.
Yeah, and what they fought for like 2 days or
Reinhardt's
something
not on a
like
different
that.
level than I mean, Roswell's not on a different level than Reinhardt. Reinhardt sits on all of them.
I mean, well, yes, that's true.
We need to see more of Reinhardt,
You'll see.
Yes,
But-
we
He sits
do.
on everyone.
but we know it's coming in the future. But the way these 3 episodes ends, Belgeist
Yes.
somehow takes over Subaru, and I'm glad in that moment he realized what had happened and just took
Mhm.
off running. Like, I need to get away from everybody. I need to get away from everybody.
Yes.
And Julius picked up on it. chased him down with Felix, and yeah, he had taken over Subaru. He was being his delusional, crazy self, like pretty much like, I dare y'all do something to me. You can't do nothing to me. I got this guy's body. It feels so great. And Subaru was able to snap through it and just grab them and say, please kill me right now. I cannot be near y'all. I can't be near Amelia, anybody. Like, I'm going to hurt somebody if y'all don't kill me now. And seeing both of them kind of like, especially Julius in that moment, like, no, like I don't want to do that.
Like, we cool now. Like, I can't
gonna
hurt
do
you
it.
right now. Like,
You could tell he
really
wasn't
hold
gonna
me.
do it.
Like when you fight life and death with someone, look at like military veterans. They are friends till their death. When you fight life and death with someone, your bond becomes so close, so quick. And that's what I always tell people in anime. Oh, they weren't that close before. They literally avoided death together. That creates a lifelong bond there. So,
yeah, but very emotional the way they closed it, because Felix was the one that had to do it. Well, start the process of trying to.
And then Julius came to his senses and like, why am I he realized he's like, I made a mistake. I should have done this. Why am I putting my other friend through this?
Yeah, and he
That
takes the
broke
final
my
swing.
heart. Oh my god.
yeah.
And always sees him swing, but we don't actually see if he went through and hit him or not or whatever. It just leave us that way until next week.
Well, they showed him like waking up in the field again, like in the middle, right when they were having their chit chat before they start going to the town.
Yep.
So that means we'll have to go get through the interaction with Ram again too. So I'm interested in how that'll go, since Super already kind of knows it's coming.
You've got a point. Yeah,
Mhm.
he can prepare for it. Maybe let them in on it beforehand. Like once this happens, somehow he's going to take over my body in this particular moment. So everybody just be prepared to do what you got to do to shut me down, lock me in place, or imprison me.
I want to figure out
Perform an
how
exorcism.
he's getting transferred and when it happens. If there's a point when, like, can he stop the spirit from getting into him? Is it because that finger was killed, and then obviously there's no more fingers because it was the last guy. So where else did he go? And then he chose Subaru.
Wherever
But,
the
like,
main
are we
body
going to
is.
see that process? See, doesn't he even have a main body?
We don't know.
I don't think
It's
he
still a
does.
mystery.
We'll have to watch
That is my
the
theory.
couple
That is my
episodes.
theory.
Season 2 gonna confuse the fuck out of you. I'm just letting you know.
Stop! Season 1 is already confusing the fuck out of me.
We got a little bit more despair, and then the despair slows down in season 2, and we got confusion on confusion. But they answer all these questions you're asking. So
Is the movie canon?
yes,
Okay,
Indeed.
so this movie is canon continuing from the end of season 1, technically.
yeah, but they're like little mini side stories, like the date and stuff like that. It's not
Oh, okay.
like really progressing the story.
Okay. So we have 2 episodes left of season 1 and 1 movie, and then season 1 will be an official wrap for us. We'll be back for a longer discussion about all the entirety of season 1 once that's done, and not wasting any time literally diving right into season 2 and keep on going, because it is, like we say every week, they answer questions and they add on more questions at the end of every single week. Here's something we'll answer, but that answer is now going to open up this whole slew of questions in the world for you to now go down.
Follow the White Rabbit.
I already
Not
go
the
down the
rabbits.
rabbit hole all the time.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to rabbits. That's all I know. That's one thing I do recollect. Yeah, but don't worry, you'll be.
The characters in season 2, Gabby's
here.
gonna fall in love with. I already know. I can't wait. There's so many
Gabby's gonna
good
buy
characters.
plushes. Gabby's gonna buy plushes.
there's
I'll buy so many plushes.
Like season 1 has great characters, but season
Yeah.
2 kind of jumps into the emotions of each character, as to where
Mhm.
season 1 kind of jumps into how is Subaru going to figure out this situation. So season 2 breaks down all the side characters and brings in new characters for you to fall in love with, explains the backstories of current characters, and they're in a whole new area they've never been in. So
I'm interested to see characters that you think I will like.
yes,
Yeah, there's something I'm looking forward to seeing again too. That are slowly coming back to memory. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, one of my
but-
best girls. It hasn't even shown up yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's the same one I'm thinking of. If we're thinking the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but next week we won't be here for Thriller Park. Unfortunately, we have BlurCon to attend, so me and the Low Stats guys will be there all 4 days, shooting content, all that stuff for you guys. But we'll be back with Thriller Park the week after, like I said, to watch the movie, finish these last 2, and have a deeper discussion about season 1 as a whole. So look for that. So until then, Y'all have a good time, and we will see you all at some point in the Discord to watch anime together. So until then, deuces.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
Loading snacks.